Tony Vitello's got this thing humming right now, it seems, coming off a national championship, Bob. Uh, you think, well, what can you do for an encore? Well, if this last year's recruiting class and portal class is any indication, the encore is going to be pretty good. Before we get into this episode, though, guys, thanks for joining us today, taking a couple of minutes out of your day. We appreciate that. If you're a non-subscriber, think about go ahead and hit that subscribe button. We'd really appreciate it. Hit the notification bell to go with it. Mm-hmm. Share it with a friend. And, if you enjoyed the episode, give us a thumbs up. Leave us a comment. We want to know what you guys are thinking about Big Orange. Right. But, Bob, going into the episode today, you showed me a tweet that you'd seen. Mm-hmm. And it was a amount of talent, top 100 players, signing and coming or making it to campus.
Right. Yeah, it was pretty interesting, I thought. I know Tony's really upped the recruiting since he's been there. It's been a huge difference. But it also shows me some player development. I was looking at previous top 100 players that actually not committed to UT, because a lot of times these kids, they'll go on to get drafted, high school kids, and you offer them a bunch of money, it's hard for them not to go on to play Major League Baseball. So the actual kids that made it to campus, let's look at the guys that's made it in the last little bit. 2020, Lake Tidwell, dang good player, top 100 player. 2021, we had two guys, Chase Burns, a guy named Christian Moore you might have heard of, pretty good player. 2022, Hunter Sloop, he's still on the team. And 2023, we had Matthew Dallas, which actually is transferred already to Wake Forest. But some other guys who were ranked pretty highly, but not top 100 guys that we've heard about. Blake Burt, he was 390. Dylan Dryland, 238. Kavarius Tears, 420. Billy Amick was 337. And Drew Bean was 238 ranked. Pretty good classes, but let's look at, this year's class, Tim. We've got 7 guys, it appears, that's going to make it to campus that was top 100.
That's about like what we've had the last 5 years.
Yeah,
maybe better.
Yeah, sure. Something like that, yeah. So, this thing's fixing to explode. You got Anson Sievert, Levi Clark, Tegan Coons, which probably has the best breaking ball coming out of high school this year. Jay Abernathy, which is a speedster, probably be a base stealing threat every time he's on base.
Yeah, he's he's related to him. I think brother B may not be.
Micah Abernathy played for UT football. He's got some family been here. I think he's had some other family here too as well. Braden Krenzel, Emmanuel Marin, I think is how you pronounce that name. Jason Walker. Some future names that ball fans are going to hear. And then you look at the portal class we had come in. Probably number 2 portal class. I know
we got the Ole Miss guys. Andrew Fisher and Liam Dole.
And then you have the big one we got probably was Gavin Killen, Louisville, probably the top ranked transfer. That was a huge get there.
Yeah, monster pickup.
Tanner Franklin, Andrew Fisher. Can't remember if I've already mentioned his name.
Well, I did.
You mentioned right.
Andrew. I think that just leaves the JUCO pitcher. What's his name?
Brandon Ardvinson, I think is how you pronounce his name. But a lot of big time players there. Very good players that's going to figure in the lineup next year. We lost a lot, but that's going to be kind of a common thing. It seems to.
You bring good players in when they go to MLB. Well, they're good players. You lose them, But Bob. Vitello has definitely already brought up the recruiting.
Oh yeah, definitely.
But the development of these players during his time here been pretty outstanding.
Oh yeah, I
If he
mean,
continues to develop these higher rated guys similarly,
yeah.
yeah, it's going to be difficult. But you was telling me though, before we start putting up trophy after trophy after trophy, there's another team that might be a little
Yeah,
worrisome.
when I was doing the research for this, I was like, where's Tennessee rank at all this stuff? Uh, it seems like we may be another team that's we're going to be watching for is LSU. I mean, they probably signed the number one portal class. They also had 7 guys coming in that was top 100 guys. Looked like they're going to actually make it to campus. And they look like they got the number one class for probably next year. Tennessee's probably number 2. So, I mean, they're killing it too. I mean, they may even be outdoing us at this point.
Well, they're another school too that, uh, even though they're having some financial problems at the school itself, their NIL, they're not scared to go out and get, as we've seen, baseball, basketball,
hmm
ladies gymnastics. I mean, their NIL program is top notch.
Yeah, they are very good, and they got it's a very strong tradition.
Oh yeah,
And
that's their one advantage over us.
right,
Ours is less than Sterling, but we're
right,
making that tradition now.
yes, you know, I was thinking about Tony. I was watching the Major League Baseball draft on TV. He was on there talking about different players, this and that. Uh,
Yeah, I missed it, but I heard it made an incredible impression.
it did, man. When you watch him do that, you watch him during the national championship. You see that interview he had where he was backing up his players, where he was talking about Blake Burke. I was thinking, if I was a player, who wouldn't want to go play for this guy? I mean, he's finally got that national championship off his back because he's been probably the best team in the country the last 4 years, or at least over that span of time, the best team because the Blues had the best record. But you know what? I mean, this thing, we ain't going anywhere anytime soon, but I could definitely see more national championships happening. This Tennessee team's going to be fun to watch for a very long time.
Well, like you said, Bob, trajectory is up. Tony might be the kind of like the next superstar in coaching as far as, I'm not saying he's going to be like necessarily like a Saban in football or
Right.
a John Wooden in basketball or something, because
Yeah.
that's pretty high praise. But uh, with like being the player's coach, he's charismatic.
hmm
We have everything in place here, getting a new stadium, NIL's in place, uh, winning is in place. Yeah, Tony V could be the next.
He could be. I mean, he could be a future superstar. Not just baseball, but he could be an iconic coach. I mean, the guy's very young. He could be an iconic coach, like you said, Tim, that we're talking about 20 years from now, talking about some of the greatest coaches ever, you know, coach.
Hmm.
Would it be, when you mentioned the Woodens, Pat Summits, those type coaches?
Yeah, and I know we're getting way
I
ahead
know
of
we're
ourselves.
getting way ahead of ourselves, but I could see that happen. I mean, it's possible.
Well, yeah, I mean, if with the current trajectory and what it looks like, it very well could be.
Yeah.
But we're about to get into the next Bear Bryant. Is not wearing a plaid
Right.
hat.
Yeah.
He's wearing his Tennessee orange. That's Josh Heupel. We'll be
I sure
talking
hope
about
so.
him probably next video, guys.
Yeah.
So, hope to see you guys then. Until then, go Big Orange.
Go Vols.